Okay, so for the first part of this discussion, we want you to travel us through, take us a trip through your Christian life.
Okay.
First of all, the man named Jesus Christ, have you met him? Who introduced him to you? And which church? Have you been baptized? Or where did you have that encounter with Christ that made you believe that in fact there exists the presence of a deity called God and I must worship him through his son Jesus? How did it happen? Where and when?
Okay, so I was born into a Christian home, so I've been a Christian all my life. So growing up, I mean, we used to go to church. I mean, as a child, I'm going to church. You're just going to church because, hey, Sunday we are going to church. So you wear your nice shada and go to church on a Sunday with my siblings.
Sunday
my
school.
mom. Exactly. As I grew up, I think in JSS, I was in the SU. I used to go to SU, and that's where we used to have like personal encounters with, you know, the spirituality of the whole thing. Because back at home, like I said, it was just a routine. But now SU, you have the moment to like go deep into worship and then find out, oh, this is not just like a Sunday routine or a
something
Tuesday
different.
Night, a Tuesday night, midweek routine. This is deeper than just going to church. So we used to have a lot of encounters, and I realized that it's not. You don't just say you were born into a Christian family, so you're a Christian. You also need to accept that Jesus Christ is the Lord and personal Savior before you can be really or truly called a Christian.
And even demonstrate it.
Exactly. So I went through that phase back in JSS.
JSS? Yeah, how old were you?
13, 12, 13, 14, around that area.
Yeah?
Yep, so I used to lead worship too.
Oh Lord.
I mean, I used to be very, 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 very like out there, spiritual, out there back in JSS. So yeah, that's how I started.
What was your favorite worship song back in the day?
Back in the day, what do I always start with? There were lots. Like depends. I mean, it was a spiritual thing, so it depends on.
That's when it hits you.
You go with it. So it wasn't like this song is my favorite. No. Once the spirit leads to
straight,
just take over.
Straight.
Exactly.
Well, so I'm coming to your secondary school.
Okay.
Where did you attend secondary school?
Accra Academy.
Bleu. Back in Accra Academy, did you demonstrate that? Were you in the SU?
I would say this. I mean, when I went to Accra fresh, I used to go to the SU a lot, but stuff happened that made me stop. Like I didn't find the need to go to SU every Sunday morning. We used to go Sunday mornings. I didn't find the need to go anymore because I believe the house of God was a place of worship, a place where people who are not perfect come to seek perfection. Exactly. You don't have to be perfect to go to the house of the Lord.
No.
And there was a lot of that happening back in SU my time. We go then and people are very judgmental and they look at you with very judging eyes like, as for this guy there, you're going to do all of this things, like coming to sit with us. I didn't find peace in SU anymore. It wasn't a place I would go for solitude because every time I go, the eyes that were looking weren't that like wasn't encouraging. Although I'm not going for them, I'm going for myself, but it helps. And when you go to fellowship with other people, you are all in the same spirit, the same heart to fellowship together. But now when you go to the house of the Lord and people are judging you so much, then you don't feel welcome in the house of the Lord. So I'd rather stay and go to Sunday service at school than go to SU. Yeah.
Wow. What would you say was the reason why people were looking at you in that kind of way that pushed you out of the SU? What kind of life were you leading that they thought that you cannot do that and come to the SU?
That's the problem. Like, I wasn't doing anything so special. I was living my life like the boys school. We do all the wrong things. I mean, we break bounds. That's like everybody does that.
You go out without exits.
Yeah, we all used to do that. And even the SU people say they used to do that. I don't know why they used to look at me weird.
Oh, so but well, at that age, what were you doing? Were you going out to the club?
No. I didn't even know what club was at that time. I used to go out like buy. Most of the time we would go out just to buy food because we were tired of the school food. So where Accra is, we're in the middle of town.
Yeah.
If you go out, there's condition. There's everywhere you can go. We used to go play game. We used to go buy food. We used to just go roam about. If Ghana is playing a match, we used to break bounds, go watch the game outside. If there's a Champions League, like boys stuff.
Yes.
Boys, it's nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah, it's nothing like.
You used to smoke?
No, I never smoked.
You sure?
No, I don't smoke. Yeah, I've never. I still tell people now. People ask me, hey, you smoke. Before I went to Akaka, this is Akaka, if you go there, you smoke. I'm like, if I didn't smoke my whole 4 years in Akaka, upon all the pressure of some of the boys smoking, if I didn't smoke then I don't think anybody can make me do something.
Convince you to do it. Yeah. Is it your personal thing, or you think that is not a good thing?
Me personally, I don't judge anybody that smokes, but me, I don't. It's not my thing. I won't find pleasure in smoking. Yeah.
So you delighted yourself in Sunday school instead of SU.
Yeah.
So
I'll wait to go. We had a Sunday service in the nights, Sunday nights.
Yeah.
So I'd rather wait and just go to Sunday night service than go to the SU. You know.
And did you join any singing group back in?
Yeah, I was in a rap group.
Rap group.
Yeah.
Tell me about it. Entertainment.
Yeah, of course. I was part of the intercom. And so, you know, that's the thing. Once you're part of the entertainment group, SU people feel like you're on the different side of the spectrum. So you can't be an SU member and be in intercom, because intercom is used to doing fanfares and inviting other schools to come and party and sing worldly songs in quotes. So they think once you're part of that, you cannot be part of us. That's how it was then. So I was part of the intercom. So the SU people felt, oh, you're a sinner, you know, so you can't say it first.
Do you see this still ongoing in the church now as we speak?
Well, the church I go to right now, no, it doesn't happen.
What church?
ICGC, Christ Temple.
Christ Temple, Busokai.
It's very open. Like, I've seen the kind of people that come there. I just put myself in their shoes and say, normal circumstances, if these people went to some other churches, they will be judged so much. Like, why is your hair like this? Why do you have a piercing? Why do you have a tattoo? Why are you walking like? Why are you wearing this? In my church, it doesn't happen. The main focus is Jesus. The main focus is God. So when anybody is coming, people come there to attain perfection. You are not perfect. You're not coming there because you are perfect. So it's open arms welcoming to everybody. So it's free to worship, free to praise God and everything. So I don't get that. I don't see that.
You don't see that?
No.
Okay. Do you pray?
Yeah, I pray.
How many times do you pray in a day?
I don't have like a set number, a set down number that every day I pray 3 times, every day I pray twice. I pray as and when I may be driving, and then I just, prayer, unfortunately people think prayer is going to pray to God, depending on something that is bothering me, something I want to talk to God about. So I pray as and when.
So when was the last time you went to church?
I think a couple of weeks ago. I was supposed to go today, but I had an engagement last night that went into the morning, so I couldn't wake up in time to go to church.
Okay, so that brings my next question.
Okay.
Do people criticize you for the kind of songs that you do? Not your church. Do Christians, I mean, you have friends who are Christians, you have, I know, we know what I'm talking about. Do people criticize you as being, they see you in church, you go to ICG, and you are still singing, and the new one out, Sugar. I mean, it's not gospel. Do people criticize you for these things that you do?
Fortunately, I'm so happy nobody does that anymore. When I go to church, after church, I see everybody come around, take pictures, like they're happy to have you in church, like they're excited about you. Don't say, hey, you are singing this song, why aren't you not singing gospel? It doesn't happen like that anymore. Growing up, people used to say, hey, if you have talent there, you have to do gospel. If God has given you a talent, you have to sing gospel to praise His name. But it doesn't happen like that. It's not like that anymore. Like, I think a couple of weeks ago, we shot an interview where we were supposed to go to the hood where I grew up. So I took them to the hood, and then they went to the church where I first sang at.
Where was that? Where would you go?
Accra Central. I go to Lanty around that.
Hey. You and this man have a lot in common. Maybe you should link up after.
So I took them to the church where I first sang. They met one of the reverend ministers, and she even said with her mouth that, people would think that, oh, because he started in the church, they are supposed to sing gospel, but it's not everybody that is carved that path for it. Not everybody is supposed to be singing gospel. God has given you a gift. Maybe He has other ways for you to exhibit your gift and not necessarily gospel. So I don't get that people telling me, hey, why aren't you doing gospel? I have so many Christian friends. Even back in uni, my roommate was like a serious, like a
proper criff.
He never criticized me for my music. He never once stood on my neck and said, hey, you have to do that, you have to do that. And I really appreciated him for that. I really
you were kind of lucky. I get different stories on this show from your contemporaries who come here.
The thing is, I don't know how, but the universe always finds a way to make me not go in contact with these people, because such things kill my vibe, kills my energy. So I think the universe finds a way to make sure I don't run into people that are always on me, like, hey, why aren't you doing this? Fortunately, I always run into people that are very open and accepting of what I do.
Oh, you think it's God's own doing?
Yeah, I think so.
So in church, ICGC, what role do you play? Are you in a church choir, an usher, or?
back in the children's service, I used to play the instrument. I used to play sometimes when the instrumentalists are not there.
Yeah.
I used to go in and help and play the instrument.
At ICGC.
Yeah, back in the youth church. But right now we're going to the main church. That was like years ago. And the main church, if you go to ICGC, you know that there are thousands
Musicians
of,
in there.
Yeah, it's chow. So I just go and enjoy the sermon and just go home. That's it.
Hey, wow. Okay, so Kidi is here. Now take us through your family. You see, we've heard of Kidi. You are everywhere. Now we know you are a Christian and you have the love of God at heart. So tell us a bit about your family. Where are you from? Where were you born? Who are your parents? Who are your siblings? We don't get to hear all these things about. We want to get to know that side of you. Take us through that.
Okay, so well, half Kru, half Ghana. My mom is Ghana, my dad is Kru. Yeah, I have 4 half brothers now, 1 half sister. That's about that. And the thing is, unfortunately, you say Kru food your mom. My dad is the Kru, and Ghans inherit from their dad, and my mom is the
you're not
so like I'm in the middle.
You're in the middle.
Like, yeah, don't try, but I mean I can speak Ghana, I can speak and yeah, I think I'm okay.
So Ghana, you are from Akotolante.
No, I'm not from there. My grandma used to live there, so I used to live with her for a long time in my life. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whoa.
My mom is from Osu. Yeah, so,
Osu. Nice.
yeah. Now Moko.
Wow. So all my Osu listeners, your man is in here. Yeah.
Osu, Nungwatesh, all of those places I've lived there, so those are my peoples.
Whoa. Okay, so after secondary school, what went on? Did you go to the university, or you diverted to do what you're doing now?
No, after secondary school, I went to University of Ghana, Legon. Like I said, my first year, I really was privileged to have my roommates. They were the coolest people. Like I said, they were like really like the most creative people I've met. He's always out to SU this, SU that, SU this. And when he comes to the room and I'm playing my R&B songs, he won't say, hey, let's play gospel. Hey, don't do this. Hey, you can't have visitors. Hey, you can't. He was cool. He would cook. We would eat something I cook. Like very amazing people that I met in uni.
What did you study in school?
Economics and information studies.
And did you do any professional job after that?
I did my national service. So
At what?
National Service Headquarters, the Secretariat.
The same place.
Yeah. It's funny. This is actually really funny. I'm on this show because I remember after uni when I got my first placement, it was at a gospel, like a church place. I was a Presby, the Presbyterian Headquarters.
That's where they posted you. Or you chose the place?
No, I didn't choose it. You don't get to choose where you be posted. That was my first posting, and I remember that day walking into that building and those guys rejected me. I was like, no, you don't look like you're supposed to work here. Are you sure they posted you here? Nah, go back.
Why? How were you looking?
No, I was wearing a nice shirt. Like I dressed nice because I was going to somebody's job. He said my hair. No, the way when they looked at, they just looked at me and judged me that I cannot work there. So like, oh, okay, that's nice.
Headquarters.
Yeah.
Presby.
Yeah.
So what did you do with it? Because that's where they posted you.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So I went back to the service secretary where they were doing the posting stuff. I said, you know what? I went there. They said you didn't request for any service secretary personnel, so they had to repost me. So the second posting is where I got the headquarters. Yeah.
How did you feel after that? Honestly, be very honest.
Yeah, I felt really bad. I was really sad for me. Like, why would you just look at somebody and judge them? And I'm happy they rejected me because I couldn't. After a while, I realized that that's not a place I would love to work at. Like people with that kind of mind, I wouldn't like to work around them. But it was a really sad moment, really sad. But luckily, my favorite bean spot is just around that side. So when they rejected, I just went to buy beans. I ate and I felt good. So
Kidi, you must be kidding. but trust me, has that influenced your thoughts about Christianity in general?
That wasn't the instant that influenced my thought. Like before that, like I said, back in high school and all,
Yes.
I used to go through all of these things. So that wasn't the pivot moment. But all my life, I've known that Christians are one of the most judgmental people in the world. We are always the ones crying, oh, come to the house of the Lord, give your life to Christ. But the same Christians are the ones that would turn around and push you away from the word of God with their actions and stuff. So it's really bad. Christians need to check that. You don't see Muslims chasing you with their word Quran. Hey, you need to read the Quran. If you don't read, Muhammad will not be happy with you. No, you don't see Muslims doing that. Yeah, it's your choice, because it's you, between you and God, you and Allah.
Yeah.
So it's your choice. But Christians will chase you down with the work of God. And if you do like, oh, maybe you have something else to do, hey, you are going to hell, hey, you are going to this, hey, God doesn't like your lifestyle. It's something that needs to be checked.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate, right?
Christians around the world now drive people away from God more than they get people to God with their actions.
You think so?
Yep. They are the most judgmental people I've ever met. All the friends I've had in this life is only the people that are like, they believe they are the criff. They are the people that are the most judgmental people. And like we said, who are you to judge another human? God, when you sin differently than me. Yeah.
Do you listen to gospel music?
Yeah, I do. I have a gospel playlist that I listen to.
What's your favorite playlist?
It's a place that has all the songs. My favorite
Yeah, no,
gospel
but
songs.
what's your favorite gospel song or gospel artist that you listen to most of the time?
I listen to Mali music. I listen to Judgmental. I listen to Dietrich Hayden. I listen to a few people. Yeah, William McDonald. Yeah, I would say listen to all of these people.
Yeah, in Ghana, you are a musician and you're a Christian, and I know you've monitored the gospel music space also.
Not monitored by me. I hear what they're up to a few times, but I don't really monitor them like that. Yeah.
But you think something is wrong, or you think that something we can do better? You have heard.
Yeah, I was going to say, per what I've heard, I heard there's a lot of backbiting and stabbing in the gospel.
You know, be true.
That's like per what I've heard. I've heard that
it's all rumors.
That's what I'm saying. That I heard.
It's not true.
I hear like the way you see the way.
Please, it's not true.
It's true.
All is rumor.
The way the dancehall scene is beefing,
Yes.
the hip life, the rappers are beefing. I heard the gospel there is a different spiritual
they
beef.
beef spiritually.
The beefing is on a different level. If you do the call Holy Ghost fire,
They are all rumors.
Yeah,
Have you written a gospel song before?
yeah, I have. I have.
You
Way back.
have?
Yeah, I have.
You know what? I would want you to write a gospel song for me to perform it.
Okay, I can.
Deal?
Yeah, I can. You see, that's the thing. You don't just get up and write a gospel song. I believe everything that has to do
You
with
must be
Christianity,
inspired.
Exactly, it's spiritual.
Yeah.
So if the spirit moves you to, you don't get up and say, "I have the talent of songwriting. So I'm about to write a gospel song." You know?
Okay. I love the way you write. Yes, I love the way you write. Your delivery on Kwame's new song.
Oh, hey, man.
Yes. I listen to your verse over and over and over. I love the way you write.
Thank you.
And this is a personal appeal. I want you to just...
No problem.
I'm going to pray that you get inspired. and just put down
No
something
problem.
for me.
No
Let me use
problem.
this
No problem.
crooked voice of mine to see if I can...
No problem.
Yeah.